Over the last couple of weeks, the Republicans have decided that they're going to go back to social issues. So, the attack on Planned Parenthood through Susan G. Komen. Now, Prop 8 decision has been handed down by the Ninth Circuit, and conservatives are going ballistic over that. And of course, the biggest branch of this attack is saying President Obama would not exempt religious schools, hospitals, etc., from the contraception portion of the health care bill, which allows women to get contraception at no extra cost, right? How dare he? Well, there's three interesting things that we learned from this. But first, I want to give you an example of how they're doing this. And Rick Santorum, which, of course, this is his bread and butter, attacking on social issues. Let's hear him out. Clip one.
This president who is deliberately undermining religious liberty in this country, undermining the family in this country. I mean, if you look at this president's policies, he has done more to destroy the mediating institutions, those institutions that are created and were by our founders. And what is this president doing? Systematically destroying all of them. And yet now we have a president who's going after the church, going after these faith-based organizations, going after community organizations, and of course, fundamentally undermining the family.
Personalize it, polarize it, going after the family, going after the church. He's going after everybody. Can you believe it? When in reality, a lot of these organizations already had the same rule that they would provide contraception at no extra cost. When 58% of Catholics, who Rick Santorum is pretending to represent, say that they are in favor of that policy, that in fact contraception should be offered at Catholic schools and Catholic hospitals at no extra cost, okay? This is a women's rights issue, but of course they want to polarize it. Now, one of the reasons that they do that is because they have a sense that they've lost on the economy. The economy is improving, the jobs numbers are improving, so they're like, okay, forget it. We ran our whole 2010 campaign on where are the jobs, so we can blame the Democrats. We haven't done anything about jobs. President Obama has tried, and with some success. So what are they doing? They're running away from the issue, and instead they're going back to their bread and butter, which is social issues like this, wedge issues. And Santorum is the guy who's been doing it all along, so he's a perfect candidate for this moment in time. Now, the three things we learned from it are interesting, though. First of all, it's a great sign of how much more right-wing the Republican Party has gotten since even 2001. So in just the last 11, 12 years here. Do you know in 2001, when there was a vote on whether federal employees' health insurance plans should include contraception and birth control? So a similar issue to this one. Not totally the same, because one is about religious foundations and this one's about the federal government, right? But nonetheless, at this point, Rick Santorum is going across the country talking about how bad birth control and contraception is. I mean, it's crazy, and he's winning in all these states, right? Well, back then, the Senate, it wasn't even an issue. They did a voice vote, and it passed overwhelmingly. So no issue at all. The Republicans totally in favor of it. In the House, that passed 334 to 94. So all the Republicans, not all of them, but a lot of them, Majority Leader Eric Cantor, Rob Portman, Lindsey Graham in the Senate, Roger Wicker in the Senate, Mark Kirk, who used to be in the House at that time, is now in the Senate for the Republicans, all saying, yes, of course we're for contraception and birth control. It should go to federal employees, no extra cost. Now, would that pass in the same way? I mean, look at all their rhetoric against it. No, it might lose. Now, when you go to the issue that is more direct here in terms of making sure that all organizations that give health care have to provide it at no extra cost, almost the same exact issue as we have today, right? Not federal employees, but all institutions that give health care coverage, including the religious organizations we've been talking about. Well, back in 2001, you had 6 Republican senators that sponsored legislation to that same effect, okay? And that was included Olympia Snowe and Susan Collins. In the House, 14 Republicans sponsored it, including now Senator Mark Kirk, okay? So back then you had Republicans who were like, are we for contraception at no extra cost for women? Of course we are. But now the party's become so much more right-wing that becomes not only an issue that they can't support, but they run on that issue saying that, oh, you have to vote for us because these Democrats, I can't believe they're going to provide contraception at no extra cost. And then second of all, the phenomena that you see is they're going to oppose Obama no matter what. Even if it was a position they agreed with earlier, they're like, I don't care. If Obama's in favor of it, then I'm against it. And they've done it time and time again, and you see them doing it here. And point number 3 is really interesting, which is that unlike the Democrats, they don't give a damn about protecting their own members. Now, why is that so relevant? You see, whenever the Democrats run into an issue where they have to choose between being more progressive or more conservative, they almost always choose more conservative. Why? Because they say, oh, no. Well, we can't, Ben Nelson won't agree, Joe Lieberman won't agree, these guys, Mary Landrieu, et cetera, are conservative Democrats. We have to protect them. And in order to protect them and get their vote, we have to do whatever they tell us to do, even though they're nearly Republicans in their voting record and they're total right-wingers, right? So the Democrats always go right to protect their members, right? When in reality, there is a small percentage of their members, but that's the excuse they use. Now, when Susan Collins and Olympia Snowe and other Republicans are saying to the Republican Party, don't go down this path. If we are seen as the party that is against contraception and birth control pill, I mean, for us so-called moderate Republicans, we're going to get killed. Don't go there. If our party gets branded that way, it's going to be terrible for us. And the Republicans go, oh, yeah, that's really interesting. Get out of here. Get. They brush them off without even a second thought. The Republican would never go towards the left, goes towards the center, ever, because they're concerned about their party members and protecting them. They don't give a damn.